Hey guys, welcome back to my part 2 of my fortification guide. The map we are taking a look at today is Narvik. It's a snowy map perfect for snipers, especially on that bridge between D and B. Without further ado, let me show you guys what's up. So right now we are at point A. I just finished digging that trench and putting up those sandbags. This point watches over point B and D, which is that bridge right over there, the snipers galore. There are a lot of snipers like the B. A bit to the northeast of A is the point C, which is where most of your infantry will come from. So it's a pretty good idea to fortify that direction. The fortification here is pretty plain and simple. You're mostly relying on buildings for cover. You can also fortify your buildings the more damage they get. In my opinion, A is probably the worst place on the map, the worst point on the map. It's too open, it only has one building. And like I said, there's snipers galore from B and D, so you can easily get sniped from them over there. This place right here is a little bit behind A. It's a pretty good spot to try take A from, or to watch people running over from B. As you can see right here, this building is pretty smashed up, so now you can see more fortifications come out of it that you can build. Watch this play right here. I built that so I can put my bipod on it to make it more stable to shoot this guy. I'll take that. So just having another look at A from a different area. I like to show you guys different entrances into A to give you guys ideas where the enemy can come from. Also showing you some fortification in this building. There's this little closet in here that you can hide yourself in, as you see I'm doing right now. I almost died from that guy shooting me. So here's an option right here. Here's a little tip for you. You can hide in the closet. So heading upstairs, there's some more fortification for you. Another good spot to chill with an LMG or a sniper, or any gun really. Just a good spot to be. So moving on to B. This is one of my favourite places. It's probably one of the best fortified places on this map, besides I would say E. Like I was saying before, it's a sniper's galore. It's a really good place to sit and snipe from. From here you can see over to A, which is the point that we were at before. So if you're a good sniper, I recommend coming up here, fortifying this area, having one teammate watch your back and just have fun sniping. There's also a machine gun that you can build up here if you are a support. And just further down there is D, which is basically connected to B. You actually don't get too much action up here at B, usually because you have to take D back first, which is just down there. And also, depending where you start, our spawn base is just behind B, is south of B, so that makes it hard for the opposite team to take as well. As you can see, you can run all the way down to D on this bridge. There's actually 2 levels on this bridge. You can go down one more level and that's another good sniping point. There's some ammo boxes down there. So I'm going to skip this because we'll come back to D later. So this is point C right here. It's this point has a lot of buildings in it, which is pretty good because you can hide in most of the buildings. It's hard to be found, especially if you're by yourself. You know, you got to go check every single building to find out where you are. This is another side of C. I'm just trying to block off that road for infantry and tanks of that kind. Down here is E, which I will show you a bit later. See that barricade right there. These things right here stop tanks. I'm not too sure what these things are called, but they stop tanks. Those are barbed wires right there. You can't climb over barbed wire. So C is a pretty good areas for medics and assaults and even supports to chill around. because it's close quarter combat, and that's where medics and assault strive in. This is me just showing you some fortification in all the buildings. There's actually walkways that you can build on the second floor in some of these buildings, on the other side actually, the side that's watching D and B. You can actually watch F from here too, and if you remember from the A point, A is to the right of C, so to the west-ish area of C, and then to the left is E, so to the east is E, and as you can see from here there's D down by the bridge, as I was showing you in the last point. So C is a pretty good place to have because it's nearly in the middle of everything. A lot of buildings to hide in, to take cover in. So like I was saying before, this map is pretty plain and simple. There's not too much fortification outside of fortifying the buildings. There are a couple trenches and sandbags you can build up, as well as barbed wire fences. Not much though. So here we are back at B. I just want to show you this little sneaky entrance around the back of B that you could go through, that the enemy could come through. Now I'm going to run all the way back down to D and show you the point of D. The main flag for D is actually on the ground, but this edge of the bridge here is close enough to the flag that you can actually take the point from up here. Now I'm going to go down and show you guys the second floor after I fortify this little area. This is the part that I skipped, so I will just finish off this video, this little bit of video. Here we are, now we're downstairs. This is the second floor that you can also fortify for the team. Most people down here are already trying to snipe, they are already snipers. See, look at this little spot right here. I've got sniping point, I've got LMG point. And this is where the actual flag is for D. It's on the ground. Right behind me is B and the bridge. Right there. This is just me being cheeky. So now we're heading down to E. This is point E. A lot similar to C, but less buildings and a little bit more open area. There's some fortification you can do here. There's also two turrets that is looking down at F that are really good to use. If the opposite team happens to have F and you have E, you know that they're gonna rush you from F. You and one other person jump on those two turrets. You'll see them real soon. This is just me fortifying. This is a good place to fortify to stop F. This is actually where the turrets are. This is where they sit right here. And have a little point just a little bit to the left of E. It's not actually in the zone, but you can use it to defend or attack E from. Again, you mainly want to use the buildings. The building is your main source of cover. And then when they get blown up more and more, you put down some more fortifications. See these sandbags outside these walls? It's just making your walls stronger. There's less chance of them blowing up, which is always a good idea. Upstairs, there's a lot of fortification that can be done on this map. Mainly to buildings though, mainly to smash buildings. My tip and my strategy on this map is to actually stick around E, C and A. I'd rather stay between C and E. Those are the 2 points that I mainly want. It all depends on what side of the map I start on. I still always try to take C because I like to play support, I like to play close to mid range. I like to stay away from those snipers, which is looking at A and E, and sometimes looking down at F. So I build up these sandbags, I put my LMG on it, pop out my bipod, get that stability, and shoot away. That's how I like to play. Now this point right here is F, the final point, the last and final point. If you look to a little bit to the left from my view right now, you would be able to see E, which is the point we were just at. F is a little bit down the hill. Behind us is D and the bridge and B. So yeah. So D is probably a little bit west. Yep, D is west. E is a bit north from here. And F is probably the most fortified place on this map. It's probably the best fortified. This little area right here, you can watch every place from. You can watch D from down that way, and you can watch E from up here. So really, you're looking for two directions at F. You don't need to look at too much more than that. And I'm just building this because I know their spawn base is not too far over that hill there. So I know that all they have to do is spawn at their spawn base and run through that way. Because if no one's looking, I'm looking at E and I'm looking at D, forgetting that their spawn base is not too far over that hill. Building, fortifying. Yeah, you really want a squad though. You don't really want to defend by yourself. You at least want to defend with one person. But I do sometimes, and it does work out. So I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please press that subscribe button. There's more videos coming out like this for every single map on this game. If you liked it, please press that like button. If you dislike it, press that dislike button. It doesn't matter to me. And I'll catch you next time. It's me, the Calm Kiwi.